Can you believe that the hiatus is finally done?
What hiatus?
The WSL's hiatus.
I hope you don't mean our hiatus. I feel like I've been living in this room.
No, we've done 3 podcasts in 1 week. It's been a very productive week in the Largo Studios / sauna hotbox.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about the hiatus that WSL has put on us. Their own sabbatical.
Yep.
Surely they're calling it a sabbatical.
Mate, I feel like Mariah Carey at Christmas time crawling out of her cave, much like Albie Layer.
Bit like Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just getting ready to make serious money over Christmas while everyone listens to my songs for 2 months, and then you don't hear from me since. But hopefully that's not the case for you guys. Hopefully you continue to listen throughout the year.
Yes.
Zach's into day 3 or 4 now of being back on the part-time employment realm.
I'll call it the ScoMo surf team because when ScoMo was in power, I was there.
Yes.
At the airport. So I'm just going to call it the ScoMo surf team.
That was the best time of my life. Easily.
Oh, that was fucking phenomenal time.
That was easily the best time of my life.
We had 1 plane a week. We were deemed essential workers.
Yep.
And where we live here on the far north coast, we weren't a hotspot ever. So we went camping every week upon week.
Yeah.
And we took all our camping shit to the airport, did the turn, literally drove out in uniform, went camping. We returned with the same uniform because we only wore it for 4 hours. And it was like that every week. We were getting $1,300 a week from ScoMo for a 4-hour shift, and we were just going camping.
And it pumped every day. Yeah. Seriously, I'm not exaggerating. There was ways, pretty well every single day that we were getting paid to not work. It was pretty sick.
Yeah, so I'm back on the ScoMo surf team, although I'm doing a little more than 4 hours for probably less money.
And you're actually working for your money this time.
Yep. Sweat my ball bag out in the bag room, slinging baggies.
Love that for you, mate, though. That's good.
But it's good. It's giving us more time to, like we just said, we've done 3 podcasts.
Yeah, apologies
1 week.
Apologies to anyone listening / looking at me today. I feel like Sid the Sloth.
Kind of look like that scene out of Harry Potter when the Dementor's sucking the life out of him. You're like the after suck, the sucked mango.
I feel like a sucked mango.
Yeah.
I've had a tumultuous 48 hours.
Yes.
I tried to...
Well, we did that 3-hour pod, finished at about 8,
Yep.
9.
After a 2-hour pod.
Yes, with Carol,
which will be coming. We've hinted at that a number of times, but it's Tuesday. It'll be out.
Yep. And then you went home and edited the big JK Rowling sized episode.
Yes. Yeah, edited the big one to about 2:30, finish up.
A shout out to the bloke who commented at 2:30. Someone is horny as for our content, and I fucking love it. Thank you.
I genuinely hope that's like an American listener or someone.
I hope it's an Aussie listener just refreshing Spotify. You pull down, it gives you a little spin thing. Just going, come on, it's usually about this time, and bingo. I'm on.
Yeah.
So big shout out to the bloke who commented at 2:35 a.m.
Yeah.
On Spotify too.
Yeah.
Spotify's not super known for commenting and things.
No, but we take them where we can get them. I went
100%.
from that into training with Woody. It's about 6 o'clock the next morning.
Surf training.
Then decided to go up to Snapper.
With every other man.
With every other human being.
Has Snapper been good? I can't tell.
If you go on Instagram, every second post is someone getting piped. Not me, though.
That's why I posted my left back. I was like, fuck. You know, these things, they're called lefts.
Yeah.
They do exist.
They exist.
This weird elf fucking spell.
Yeah. Well, I went out with Keenan yesterday and jumped out. We were like, did 1 lap and we went to the car. I changed boards and I was like, do we call it now? It was one of those ones do you go home or do you just go till dark?
Always call it.
Should have called it, didn't call it, went back out. And I kid you not, there's no word of a lie, jumped off, went in the keyhole with Keenan. It was pretty skits keyhole. I was in there for probably 15 minutes trying to get out. I did 1 cycle through, but paddled out, got a 6-footer on the head, did the lap, maybe not 6-footer, but pretty solid wave. Did the lap, went back out, got out, and then proceeded to paddle, and no word of a lie, I paddled for an hour before my feet touched the wax. And then caught a wave, and then just went directly and just went.
How many sniffs in that hour, though?
Sniffs?
Sniff it away.
Oh, well, like I had a couple of looks, but every time you have a look, you turn around and then there is a literal 6-footer behind it. You wear that on the head. And then by the time you've ducked up 2 of those, you're back halfway down the line again. And you do the, like, I caught like 3 or 4 wash throughs, had a few looks, missed. It was like it was mayhem. I was thinking about that actually. Like the guys that surf behind the rock out there, you look at Snapper and you're like, it's such a hectic lineup. But if you are a local at Snapper and you live there and you surf there and you're a good surfer and you do that rock jump, it's the easiest place in the world to catch waves. There is nowhere easier.
How so?
Because you jump off the rock directly onto the inside. And like on a day like yesterday where there wasn't a heap of locals out, there was probably, I don't know, like maybe 10 notable ones. And then a few obviously grommies and stuff like that. But they're just taking it in turns, and everyone else who just does the keyhole paddle, you can't even get close to them, and you're just waiting for them to fall off. Like at Lennox Point, I'll sit there sometimes and not catch a wave for a long time.
Yeah, because there's 60 locals out.
Well, there's that, but then there's also like, it's kind of like there's multiple different takeoff zones where at Snapper,
True.
You've got the one zone. So if you jump off the rock and you're out the back, like Sheldon would have absolutely no worries at all getting waves. He just goes out there, like Joel, all of them. They just have their little zone, and that's them, and they just take in turns. And then everyone else behind them is just the bottom feeders, which fair play to them. Like if your lineups become as much of a shit show as that joint is, then I guess it's kind of like their reward there, and they just absolutely dominate that zone. But I was genuinely looking at it like if I lived here and I was a local and I could get out, like could go out there and confidently sit there and know I'm not going to get burnt, it'd be the best place ever to catch waves.
I don't think there's one human that doesn't sit there confidently that they're not going to get burnt. It's
yeah,
a
but
zoo.
Parko and that wouldn't. They'd be, and then if they did,
Nah.
they'd be hell to pay.
Bloody, what's his name from Argentina doesn't care.
Yeah, well, I mean, if he's
He
got,
probably doesn't even know who Parko is.
if they've got any idea who Parko is, I'm sure they'd give him a bit of room.
I don't reckon.
You don't reckon?
You saw that episode of Stab in the Dark with Slater.
Yeah.
I'll make Cooks in. Doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's Kelly who doesn't.
To be honest though, like I've always told myself, if I'm sitting there waiting for a wave and I fully deserve it and I've done everything right, and Gandhi himself snakes me, I'm going.
Really?
There's no one on earth. There's no.
MF jumps off the rock straight into a pit and you're cooking him.
If I feel like I've genuinely,
Oh no.
yeah, well, fuck, no one gets to play God.
True. Yeah, no, there's
No,
that.
I'm talking. I'm not. I'm saying like I'm sitting there like. Here's what I mean. Here's the criteria.
Right.
I'm talking to Sheldon, talking to Mitch Parko, like sitting there actively waiting. Everyone else around knows, like, yeah, okay. Here's the pecking order. It's getting there. And then it comes to my turn. If someone, I don't care if it's Gandhi himself, goes around me, like I'm talking blatantly, I'm gone.
Okay.
And then after that, like, that's just a genuine, hey, mate, here's the backstory. I get it.
And he goes, "Hey mate, I don't care about your backstory."
I don't care who he is then.
I love that from you. I'm not built from the same mold as you. I would have, if I see Mick,
They're all human.
if I see Mick paddle around me and proceed to take a wave off me, I'm just going, okay, Mick, you can go.
I'm saying, like, if he jumped off the rock and I'm getting a couple waves already, yeah, I'm not going to pull him up and be, oh, fuck that.
But if you did me, you're doing an hour paddle against the current.
I'm talking like I'm in the top 5 and we've all been paddling for a while and he just paddles up or jumps off and goes to the next one.
Right.
I feel like I'm going that and I'm paying the consequences.
Okay.
And when we bungle in the barrel or something, it's like, hey, look, Mick, I was sitting there for an hour. I know this is your zone, but like, I'm not a dipshit. Like, you can do that to anyone else. I feel like once you hit like, oh fuck, I sound like an arrogant prick right now. But once you hit like a level, it doesn't matter if you're local or not.
Yeah.
Like, you still deserve a level of respect.
I get what you mean there.
I'm not saying I don't want the same level of respect as a local, but it's like, hey, that guy's not a dipshit.
You're a peg below.
Yeah.
You're like,
it's like, that guy's not a dipshit. He's not out of here piking waves. So give him a little bit more of a breadcrumb than old mate straight off a scoot flight from Singapore who is out here learning.
Yeah. Well, that was funny you say that. There was a guy yesterday, and this is towards the end of my just shift of paddling, who jumped off, got out in the keyhole. He didn't jump off, sorry, he paddled out in the keyhole, got out next to me, And like I was just laboring and just paddling, and every stroke was just agony. And I look, and his board's at like a 45-degree angle out of the water because he's laying on it too far back, and he's beating me in the paddle. And I'm just going, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
He's paddling fast,
That's a sign.
and his legs were fully
Like turtle?
Yeah, like and I'm just going, this is not good. I did, in fairness to myself, I did get a decent last one.
Okay.
Which was good. But it probably wasn't good enough to warrant an hour paddle. Now, circling back, that is why I feel like a bag of shit today.
Yes.
That is the reasoning behind that.
Mm.
Big
48 hours.
I've got sand in places that shouldn't have sand.
Sphincter. Yeah,
Well,
I know.
more so my sinuses.
Ah, yes.
But sure. Yeah, not good. But it's all good. We're here. I went down to Kira yesterday. That was mean. Like, Kira usually is. It's never an easy wave, but there's times where you can catch them and it's not. You don't feel like you're gonna die on a few of them. There's a couple yesterday that wasn't even that big. I've surfed Kira far bigger than that, but it was so gurgly and just sandy and gross on a lot of them. And guys were like, there'd be like 4 guys dropping out of the lip together in synchronicity, just trying to all get it. And I was just there. I'm like, it's not even worth it. And I did like, how long do you reckon that is? Like, walk from Kira to Sapa, a few k's, right?
If it's a light jog, I'm saying about 15 minutes. If it's a
walk,
walk,
I was hoping you weren't going to say if it's a jog, it's shorter distance. I was going to throw my phone at you.
Oh no, I understand.
Okay, good.
Sensor. I'm not very smart, but I'm smart enough to know what you're alluding to there. 25-minute walk.
Yeah, but it was mean.
Depends if it's low tide too, because that way you can stay on the beach. But if it's high tide, you got to go around.
Yeah, it was dead. It was getting pretty low, and I was like, my strategy was like, oh, it's that grindy. There's got to be barrels further down. So I kind of like let myself drift down past the rock, past the wall, and I got
like down Pizza Hut way.
Yeah, probably not that far, but like just enough off the wall that there was less people. And I was like, someone's going to fall and I'm going to get the end of it soon. And this bomb came and I was like, oh my God, eyes lit up, took off on it. And I just proceeded to just race and nothing. Could have done probably 5 or 6 good turns. I just was waiting for it to pit.
But you're not thinking about turns.
It did not barrel.
If you're doing turns at Kira, go home.
Yeah.
Go home.
So that was my day yesterday anyway. But yeah, it was worth the drive. Just as it tends to be at Snapper, it can be a bit of a hassle sometimes.
And if anyone has a curiosity of what Lennox Point was like, I can confirm it was terrible.
It was not great. No.
Big fat lumps.
Yeah, it wasn't
Just
great.
absolute pus. So
someone else though.
Not gatekeeping.
Did you have something to say?
Nope. Go.
Okay. Because I was going to segue that into places that doesn't have waves, but suddenly does have waves.
Oh yeah. Yes. Surfer of the week.
Surfer of the week. Now, a couple of lads from up in Arnhem Land.
Whether they're, I would not say they're the traditional owners of the land by the look. I think they're people visiting.
White men.
Yes.
They're white men. Up there, I guess, working or traveling? I don't know. But.
Yeah, well, probably still semi-wet season, so I'd say they're working.
Maybe. Anyway, obviously, as we all know, if you're in Australia, if you're not in Australia, some pretty hectic weather going on up there. Cyclones and that.
Tropical cyclone Narelle. Finally a name that's not super wacky.
Yeah, it's pretty basic for a storm though,
That's
right?
what I mean. Like, it's not really has that spice on it.
Doesn't give you doesn't exactly strike fear into you.
Alfred. Goodness me.
That was a good one for swell though, Alfred. But anyway, back to the point. These 2 lads up in Arnhem Land see that there's swell coming or on the horizon. The cyclone's about to hit. I believe, I don't think it had hit yet, but it was very much close.
Pretty poor weather in the clear.
Weather was grim. These 2 fellas decide to get their boards out and go for a surf. And you might be going, well, I pulled my board out yesterday and went for a surf. Why haven't I got surf of the week? The reason you didn't get surf of the week is because were you surfing in water that just completely brown,
Yes.
no visibility, saltwater crocodiles, prevalent,
Not 1 or 2. Like,
lots.
you won't not see one.
Yeah, you're going to encounter one.
Yep.
Bull and tiger sharks.
Mostly bulls, but yes, tiger sharks. Yep.
box jellyfish, which probably out of all of them is maybe the worst one, just because
Yes. I think you've only got 90 seconds to live.
that's not true.
Oh, yeah, you're a kanji.
Well, they have them too. You don't have 90 seconds to live though on any of them, I don't believe. They just hurt and they can kill you. But you definitely have longer than 90 seconds.
Or was it 90 minutes unattended?
I think if you could probably find yourself in some serious trouble after about 90 minutes.
I'm pretty sure you semi-fucked after 90 minutes without any attention.
Yeah, you can survive them without attention, but if you have a serious reaction to them, you're toast. Regardless, they suck. They haven't made it down as far as where me and Zach find ourselves in Lennox Head. They kind of occasionally drift a bit further south than North Queensland, but pretty rare for that. They like the warmer waters up there. But these lads decided they'd take their boards out and go surfing in water that just houses an almighty amount of animals that want to kill you.
No, I'm correct. Can cause cardiac arrest in minutes.
90 seconds.
That's technically almost a minute.
No, I'm just...
sir.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says here, can cause cardiac arrest in minutes in severe cases.
Yeah.
Large sting can be fatal very quickly.
I think that's, if you have the allergic reaction to them.
Attacks the heart, skin, and nervous system.
Mm.
It is immediate, intense pain. Apparently, it is like one of the worst ways to die. Like up there with burning.
Right.
Yeah. It says here, often described as excruciating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you pretty well start to have difficulty breathing immediately, collapse, and then you have a heart attack.
Brilliant.
So I think it depends on how much venom it gets to inject.
Yeah.
Or how much of the stinger you're actually exposed to.
Yeah. Box jellyfish as well, quite large. So you might have more of a chance of seeing those. Irukandji, what Zach brought up before, which are probably, I don't know if they're equally as dangerous, but they're pretty close. They borderline invisible to the naked eye. So any of that stuff gets you, you're probably in a world of hurt. You're in trouble. These lads didn't seem to care. I believe their names Ben Davies, Marley Lambert. They were the two that were in the video that I saw. I know there was a few other cases of people surfing up there, but these were the guys that I saw. They were frothing. Wave's not overly good. Nice little left-hander.
No, but can we add 99.9% of the time, it is like dead flat, like skimmer rock. Like there's no maybe take a board and you might get lucky, like a river wave or something like that. No, this is like 99.99999% chance it is dead flat.
Yeah.
It never breaks.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's probably all time for this particular spot.
Once in a lifetime wave. And
Yeah.
it looked 2-3 foot.
There was probably some bigger ones. Probably,
It
I
looked
reckon
like
even 4
really
foot.
shit raglan.
It looked like, really bad raglan. Maybe not worth the risk for the animals there, but also maybe worth it in the sense that you've got that clip now forever. You can look back on it and hopefully fondly, which I'm sure they will. They seem really excited about it, and I think that's more than worthy a case to win yourself Surf of the Week.
I just want to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Box jellyfish, I was referencing to within a couple of minutes, you can go into cardiac arrest. Irukandjis turns out to be much worse.
Oh, it's worse?
Yes.
And they're the ones you can't see.
Yes. So collapse can happen within 5 minutes. Worst case scenario is cardiac arrest between 2 and 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Yep. This is why they are considered immediately life-threatening.
True.
With the Irukandji, you don't die quickly. Symptoms usually start at 2 to 40 minutes after the sting.
2 to 40 minutes.
Yes.
It's a big range.
But it says death is rare.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm pretty sure death is the case in scenarios where you're allergic, usually.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, morbidity rate must be high. Mortality rate low.
It's probably a low mortality rate.
Yeah, but isn't morbidity...
I don't even know what you've said there.
Morbidity. Meaning...
Frequency over the population. No, I'd say they're both quite low, but it's just not something that you want to happen to you.
Yes.
Ideally. The other one that we have out here, which is also not good. I was going to say funny. It's definitely not funny. The blue-ringed octopus.
Oh, we didn't even throw in the bluey.
Well,
they're up there too.
They do have them, but it's not like a direct threat while you're surfing. It's usually if you're in a rock pool and you take
You're the most unlucky fucking bastard. If you're surfing and you just find a blue ring just sucking on your skin. That is so fucking unlucky.
Someone at the point I came in with one time, an octopus wrapped around their foot, not a blue ring, but an octopus when they're walking, which would be pretty heavy. But
Disgusting.
the blue ring octopus, I believe, can bite you. You don't even know it's bitten you. Check this for me.
Yep.
ChatGPT. It'll bite you. You don't even know you've got symptoms, and then you just fall asleep and die.
At least that's somewhat, I don't know, peaceful death.
It's peaceful, but like you just die.
Yeah, so the bite is often painless, barely noticeable. Within minutes, you'll have numbness around the mouth and face, muscle weakness, paralysis, and then your breathing stops.
Yeah.
Person may be fully conscious but unable to move. That is the worst. Stuck inside yourself.
Yeah.
And the best bit is there's no antivenom.
No.
So, anyone who doesn't live in Australia, come down to Surf Arnhem Land. You'll see us there next weekend. And, just bring a stinger suit. Maybe one of those, like, old Viking, the mesh.
Just wear a friggin', like, literally armor. Just
Burkini.
wear armor. Yeah.
Roxy used to make burkinis.
Burkinis.
Yeah, burqa/bikini.
What, for, like, religious purposes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if that...
Get yourself a burkini with some medieval, like, knights gear.
Yeah.
And you'll be fine. Should we get into bells?
Yeah. Let's get into
We're here
bells.
for bells, so let's get into bells.
Firstly, there's going to be multiple reminders throughout this podcast, but join our fantasy league. We're a public league on the WSL app. I believe you can access it on there now. You couldn't earlier.
Yep.
A few people jumped in our DMs, and
A little bit of a schmozzle.
it's been a bit of a nightmare, but we've got there. We had 60 people in the league before we'd even announced it, which was funny.
Horny
It
bastard.
was cool.
That's so horny. I like that.
Yeah, we had, and to draw a comparison, we had 60 total last year.
Yeah.
So that's how far we've come.
Big thanks.
Yeah.
Big thanks to everyone. That's incredible.
But yeah, join. It was just called the Largo Podcast League. We're on the front page. You can search for us too. You don't need a password. Just literally click enter and pick your team. We're going to leave Regos open for probably the first couple of events, just to give crew a chance to jump in because it's so short notice before bells.
But we are going to close it because we don't want someone who's in another league who's doing really well to then just jump in ours at the end and go, oh, their prizes are cool.
Yeah, I'm going to screenshot all of the entrants after, like, what's the third event? After the Aussie Treble.
Yeah, Treb.
So you got a bit of time, but jump in immediately because it's fun. Bells, forecast.
Ugh.
Looks troublesome.
Yeah, it looks a bit nasty.
So currently no major swells forecasted during the window. Really hard spot to get a read on just based on where it is geographically. Comes out of the deep south, all their swells, and they're hard to gauge. They get a lot of pretty hairy winds down there too. When the conditions align, it's as good as it gets, but it can be pretty stormy and gross too. Looking like probably small to medium bells, and I'd dare say there'll be a bit of winky in there too.
Yeah, it looks pretty winky-ish.
Variable winds. Today, horrific. It's like, had a look today, 65 kilometre an hour onshore winds, which is never good.
Can I just jump in? Anyone who's not familiar with the lay of the land down there, so Winky Pop is a somewhat better version, I'm going to say it, it's a better version of Bells, which is directly adjacent from Bells, only 150, 200 metres.
Well, they're right next to each other, but they're just two completely different waves.
Yes, but Bells is more of a natural amphitheatre, hence why they would always prefer to run at Bells. Winky Pop, they refrain from running there because it's shit for spectators. No one can really see because the only walkway down to Winky Pop is where they set up the event.
Yeah.
So only event staff are allowed down there, and they close off the beach, so you can't even walk from way down the point and walk up along the rocks, which would be, most people aren't game enough to do that anyway. It's quite jagged and sharp, and if you bring in your nonna, then she's not going to be doing that.
Yeah, if Nan's coming down, it's going to be...
Yeah, so, Winky Pop, very close, but kind of a clusterfuck for the WSL. But they do run there from time to time.
When needed.
I reckon we're going to see at least half of the event run there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not a local, but it is a better wave when it's smaller because...
Breaks off a bit more of a reef. It's not as fat. Tends to run a little bit better.
And then what's inside of Bells? Rincon or something?
They run Rincon on one of the tides. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe high tide. It's kind of like a...
Some Torquay call lord or Janjak call lord, get into our DMs, let us know. But so Rincon, if you're hearing Rincon, that is Bells, but the inside ledge.
Yeah.
Bells can go out a bit further. And if Winky Pop is being referenced, then that's the beach across, which is pretty well the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Rincon is, I believe, where you can occasionally see competitors literally dry dock themselves Margaret River style onto the rock shelf and lose a couple fins. So that could be exciting too. But look, with this in mind, our selections are going to vary from a normal Bells forecast.
yeah, I had that in mind. So yeah, I definitely tried to pick a team that was suited to. I dare say it's not going to be over 3 foot. So
3 to 4 foot, I reckon.
I went for agility.
Yeah, we'll get there though. Just wanted to quickly run through sort of the opening rounds on the men's and ladies side. Not so much to talk about on the ladies side.
I think, speaking of ladies, we have to clarify something.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
talked about Joanne Fay
Yeah.
returning. She is returning, people. We just got a little antsy and set it a year too early.
Yeah. We were
A whole fucking year.
we were heavily impaired by
She must be still pregnant then.
maybe. Don't know. She's been given the wild card. It's for 2027. We, in our rush to prepare for the 3-hour episode, just probably a little bit negligent. Saw the post, went, oh yeah, she's on.
Well,
But it's actually, if you read the fine print, 2027 is the year. So
rightfully so, though, because why are you naming someone 18 months out?
I know it's a bit weird.
Sorry, a year out.
It's I'm unsure of that, but yeah, we
No, actually, they named her like a couple months ago, right?
a little bit ago.
So it would be like 14 months.
So we butchered
Pretty
that.
early.
We also
What if Katie Simmons gets pregnant right now? Should she get the next one?
maybe
That's what I mean. Like, why name her now?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Wait a little bit.
Maybe because it's like the 9-month thing, like the gestation period and all that, and they go, "Oh, I'm pregnant."
Yeah, but if
Gonna
someone
have the
gets pregnant right now, they're still inside that window for this year's season.
True. Well, I know Joanne was still surfing when she was pregnant up until a certain
I
point.
think she's had the baby now.
Yeah.
And Herzl, we were wrong. We did give her.
We
I
gave
feel
her
bad now because we said she wasn't going to requalify.
just copy and paste for next year, and we'll.
Yeah, unfortunately, she's not going to requalify next year as well.
So it's all relevant. The other thing we butchered, at one point we second guessed ourselves and said that Rio's moving. It's actually not as a Challenger Series. That was a off the cuff, just like, oh yeah, they've moved it. And then I went home and went, no, they haven't. So
Yes.
Challenger Series has moved. CT's still at Rio. So we did reference it as Rio right the way through. So just run with that. The other thing was the pool, which we were kind of none the wiser to, but it sounds like now, potentially with all the dramas going on over there with the war and that, looks like maybe could get withdrawn that event. We're yet to be told of anything, but it's not looking great.
I've heard that Bahrain F1 is already cancelled.
Yeah.
Any other events, major sporting events in that zone of the world are starting to get cancelled. The only thing that might save this one, it is October.
It's a bit away.
October. Fuck, if we're still going through this thing in October, then our fuel prices are going to be like $10 a litre, so I don't think it will get there, to be honest. I'm hopeful. I reckon it might run.
Yeah.
But they're probably going to have to make the decision soon because there's so much planning.
Yeah. I dare say they'd love the pool. Like, they'll probably just move it to the American pool.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, I know, but they don't. They just love it, so I can't see it happening. But bring back J-Bay, that's what I say. Anyway, let's get into the ladies' side. 8 opening round heats, which is kind of what we discussed in the last pod. It's basically, again, just straight knockout all the way through. Got a feel for a couple of these ladies waiting in round 2, the seeded ones, that is, because if it goes how I'm expecting it to, and Steph and Chris both win their heats in round 1, because they're wild cards, obviously.
They'd have to be paying $1.01 on betting websites.
Yeah, probably. Tyler gets Steph in her first heat.
Fucking hell.
Carissa gets Izzy Nichols. So they're just sitting there going, because you can see who's going into what heat. So, yeah, Izzy's getting Carissa, Tyler's getting Steph. They're both gonna lose, I imagine, in round 2, which sucks for them, but it's just the way the draw works, and it's an early knockout at Bells.
Unless our wild cards, we've had it all wrong and then they look dusty.
Maybe.
They could look a little dusty.
Can't see Chris. If anyone, I think Steph, maybe. I think Carissa will be sharp as ever.
I think Steph's going to look a little rough around the edges, but at a place like Bells, I think her surfing is going to hide that anyway.
Yeah.
If it was like Rio or something, I'd be like, oh, fuck, like maybe.
Yeah, I think Chris is a bit, we said in the 3-hour app, I think Chris is a little bit more bulletproof than Steph. If the conditions aren't as great, she's probably a little bit safer of a bet across the board than Steph is. But yeah, I feel like they're both good enough. I think they've got, how many bells between them? Steph's got 4. Chris has got 3. She went the 3-peat 2013 to 2015, I believe. So there's plenty of experience there. Bells is a place you generally want experience, and they've got it in spades. A couple notable ladies heats. You'll love this first one.
I'm going to fucking glued to the telly.
Sally Fitz versus Yolanda Hopkins. Who wins?
There's zero chance of any aerials in that heat.
Sally?
There's zero chance of any aerials in that heat. Sally Fitz wins that heat for me.
Okay. Tia Zabrowski, Alyssa Spencer, another good one, and Carissa and Sawyer.
Carissa and Sawyer, I reckon Sawyer could honestly put it to her.
She could, but it's Carissa at the end of the day. Like if you're playing the smart money there, going Carissa, right?
I don't know. I'm so unsure.
I'm going Carissa.
Okay.
We didn't have to pick there anyway, but I mean, if we're picking the other one, I'd probably go Tia over Alyssa Spencer too.
Well, we'll get back to that because both those ladies are in my picks, so I'm going to have to actually change that.
You're a moron. On the men's side, so it's going to be so gnarly this year. I kind of only just realised how gnarly it's going to be. This is the opening round. Heat 1, Matthias Hurdy, Liam O'Brien. Could not pick a winner there. Probably leans more Matthias' way if the waves aren't as good.
I was going to say, I'd have to make that call on the day. If it's a really nice groom day and running, lob. Yeah. If it's a little bit onnies, there's definitely going to be days where they're going to have to run where it's less than favourable.
Yeah.
Holy moly, Matthias could do what he did at Mexico.
Yeah.
Where any section he's just going to just utilise it and go above the lip.
Heat 2, Oscar Berry, Dane Henry.
Exactly the same scenario for me.
Yeah.
If it's a bit cleaner, I'm going to go Oscar. And if it's a little bit of devil win there for the punts, then Dane Henry's going to tap into that for sure. But
if the forecast is challenging, Dane could seriously do some damage in this event.
Yeah, but I feel like Oscar can too.
They both can, but Dane's aerial awareness and his air game is so good. I just don't. It's just a cheat code every time. He gets any section and you know he's landing it. He has pretty. I'd say his strike rate's 80% of making airs.
Yeah,
it's so high.
If it's a stiff offshore, like one cold morning, I think Oscar's got the upper hand there.
I think so. If it's offies, then I'd put it in, swing it back in Oscar's favour.
Yeah.
But if it's slack wind or even onshore,
I'll tell you what could happen as well.
Oscar can punt, mind you, but
this is Dane's first shot at a CT. It'd be interesting to see whether he plays it safe to try and see if he can just get through a couple heats, or whether he just goes, you know what, this is how I fucking got here.
Yeah.
I might as well keep to my strengths.
Pressure free.
Yeah. So that could go either way. Next one, Luke Thompson
and Ramsey Bookham.
Oof.
That's another tough one, but I think I'd probably lean more towards Luke that way, especially with the forecast.
Yeah.
And then the final heat, Cal Robson and Event Seed 36, which will be probably the winner of the local trials. You could bet your bottom dollar it's either going to be Xavier Huxtable or Tully Wiley.
Cowbell Warren.
Could be Cowbell Warren.
I'll fucking love to see Cowbell Warren in there.
It's probably going to be Xavier.
It's going to be Xavier Huxtable
or Tully Wiley.
Yep.
So super gnarly, and
I think I'm going to go Zave. Just because Tal, if it was a Hell's Bells fucking swell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
That backhand hook of his.
The spray. I can see it from here.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be small and grovelly, it's hard to do on your backhand.
Yeah. So, with that, this adds to the gnarliness of it. So, based on this draw, the round 2 matchups for these guys will be as follows. So, winner of Matthias and Lob gets the pleasure of taking on Yago Dora in the seeded round heat.
Yeah, and that'll be 2 natural footers versus, potentially 2 natural footers fighting it out versus goofy footer.
But it's Yago Dora at the end of the day.
Yeah. He hasn't gone very well there.
Hasn't got amazing stats there, but it's also the world. You got to give some respect to the world champ, and he's on.
True.
So there's that one. Winner of Oscar and Dane gets to take on Griffin.
That sucks.
It really does suck, but it could also suck for Griffin. Those guys can definitely. I think Dane has maybe higher upside if the conditions suck and he's versing Griffin and the waves aren't as good. I feel like he could really cause some headaches for crew. Winner of Luke and Ramsey gets Geordie Smith. I'm predicting a South African matchup there.
That'd be pretty cute.
Geordie. Yep.
That'd be pretty cute.
And then winner of Cal and local wildcard gets Italo. So no one's job really definitely doesn't get any easier, and it 100%.
Italo got really rattled at Bells last year.
Yeah.
He looked really shit at Bells last year.
Didn't look amazing. Has a bell to his name though.
I did see him fly past me in his fucking Ford Ranger, straight out of town when he lost to Zave.
Oh really?
Yeah, Zave
got
Zave
bundled
took
out.
down the big dog, and yeah, he was pretty bummed.
He did
That was
lose
something-
of considerable heat score though. I think Zave went above and beyond in that
yeah,
heat,
but
didn't
fuck, never feels good for
No.
someone of that caliber to lose to the wild
he?
card.
God no. So some notable round 2 heats. These are already locked in. We're not worried about scenarios to play out here. Ethan Ewing versus George Pittar, which is a banger. That's the rematch of the notorious Winky Pop heat the other year that arguably GP should have won. Ethan Ewing maybe had a couple top seed points on his side. We have Jake Marshall versus Jauchenko.
It's a hard one.
That's another hard one. Again, I can't really
This
pick
is a hard one to pick.
Kanoa Igarashi versus Morgan Siblick.
Mm-hmm.
And Jackie Robbo versus Sammy Pupo. So, couple bangers across the board there. We try and do this every year. It's actually gotten a little bit easier. Well, I say every year. We've been doing it for 1 year, but every event. It's actually got a bit easier this year with the new bracket stage, how it's worked out. Ladies still has a lot to unfold in order to sort of see who's going to make the heat. So, we're going to leave the ladies, but the men's is actually quite transparent, you can see. So, we're going to try and pick the quarterfinalists, and in doing that, this is a hot tip for your fantasy teams too. You can ensure that none of your surfers have matchups now if you play it smart. Zach didn't play it smart.
So this is really big, guys, for the fantasy. I was not aware of this last year for majority of the season.
Yes.
And I was wondering why out of 60 people I was bordering around 50th, because I was just picking who I thought was going to make it, and no idea that they were matching up in the second round, third round, whatever.
Yes.
So this is pretty big. I slipped back into old ways when I picked my Bells picks. So I'm going to actually, after we finish recording, I'm actually going to make some changes.
Well, we won't do it after the recording. We'll pause the recording. You make the
Okay.
changes, and then we'll come back so everyone knows. We'll do that at the end though.
Sure.
So yeah, it's really transparent who's going to progress from what side of the draw. So if you look at it, you break it down into left side of the draw and right side of the draw, or heats 1 to, how many heats is it? 1 to 8 and
That's 8 on each
9
side.
to 16.
Yep.
Then from that, it's going to get confusing. So just get your calculators out. You just pick one person from each quadrant of that side of the draw. So heat 1 and 2, you pick one. Heat 3 and 4, you pick one. If you get them both right, they will match up in the semifinals.
Yes.
Do the same for heat 4 and 5, and 5 and 6, and 7 and 8. Pick one surfer from each of those two segments. They will also match up in the semifinals. No, they will match up in the quarterfinals, sorry. Same as above, sorry, I stuffed that up. And then those two that you've picked potentially could match up in the semifinals. If we nail it this year, they will potentially, we could pick the top 8 in the thing. Whereas before it's harder because they would reseed the rounds. So we actually potentially could pick the top 8 this year.
Mm-hmm.
Gone a little bit a bit sort of left of field here on my picks, just looking at who's in the heats around them and who they're going to have to beat. So on the left side of the draw, I've picked Joel Vaughan and Ethan Ewing from the top half.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone Griffin and Kanoa from the bottom half. So all goes well. We could see a Joel Vaughan, Ethan Ewing quarterfinal and a Griffin Colapino, Kanoa Igarashi quarterfinal. And then from there, we're off to the races.
Mm-hmm.
You've also done the same on your side of the draw, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
I've thrown in Crosby.
Yep.
Leo.
Mm-hmm.
Medina.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy Pupu.
Beautiful. So I haven't checked your maths there. I hope you've done it correctly.
I think so.
Beautiful. So, yeah, we're hoping to pick the finalists at some point, the entire finalist group, at some point this year. I've butchered that for sure, but you'll get it when we
Get the
start saying
gist.
it. Now, dark horses, women.
Yes, dark horses. I've gone with Betty Lou. Now, she is a tier A surfer,
Mhm.
so I kind of feel like I'm taking the piss there, but I think everyone will agree, like, far out, she hasn't really had a good result there.
Yeah.
And everyone's tier C, without a fucking doubt, in my opinion, is Carissa Moore,
And
Steph.
Steph Gilmore.
and then it's Molly. If you're not picking Molly for this event, born yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think given what's happening and who's in this event and where everyone's at, I feel okay, and you seem to be okay with my dark horse pick of Betty Lou.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll allow it. I'm not stoked about it, but I can see where you're coming from. Mine's just Tia Zabrowski. I've gone a rookie, as you're supposed to do when you're picking a dark horse. That's all good.
Well, I wanted to pick something different. Like,
So
you did the notes first, saw Tia in there, and I went, well, kind of shit
Yeah.
when we just both jump on the same thing all the time.
No, we've got to pick different ones, so that's good. No, I'm happy to give you Betty because I think just Tia's so elite that she's almost like not a dark horse herself. She hasn't even done an event yet. Man,
You've gone the ultimate dark horse, in my opinion,
on
from
men's
the
side.
very back on the men's side.
Yeah, I've gone Dane Henry.
Yep.
As my dark horse.
Not even a rookie. Just
No,
full
just
wild card,
straight
first
wild
ever CT.
I've gone Dane Henry, straight off the bat.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I went a fellow RipCurl surfer from Brazil in the likes of Semi Pupu.
Beautiful.
Again, pretty weird dark horse.
Yep.
Can do so well, but has been so sleepy. So time to see if Semi Pupo has used his 7 months off to put a firecracker right in his ring hole.
Yep.
And finally get some results that he deserves to get.
Love that. I'm right.
If he doesn't, I'll be placing a bunger in his sphincter.
Beautiful. Can't wait to see it. Both him and his brother out snappy yesterday. Looking good.
Bungers in sphincters?
There was some bungers coming out the back of the wave for sure.
Not good enough.
He
Needs to
got
be
sprayed.
lodged in the sphincter. That's where I'm settling that.
All right. Well, fantasy teams, here they come. Only 6 in your team this year, not 8. So it makes it a little bit harder because you've got to think a bit more. And the tier B selections become a little bit more of a... You can't just like hedge yourself.
Yeah,
You've
it's a lot in there.
You've got to like actually commit to 2 surfers you think are going to make it.
What it means is you're tossing out good crew.
Well,
So you kind of stare at your laptop screen for 15 minutes just wondering what to do.
Yeah. So I've gone on my women's team.
Hear me?
Steph, Carissa, my tier C, tier B, Tia and Vahine, tier A, Gabby and Molly. Molly's my power surfer.
Like it. Gabby. Sure?
Yeah.
Pretty small.
I know.
Guess who else is small?
Aaron Brooks.
Katie Simmons is pretty small.
I've gone for the old, I've picked them based on where they're sitting as well. What the
Which
draw,
I haven't done.
yeah, what the
Right.
draw's looking like.
So, tentatively,
No, let's pause it.
pause.
Beep.
We're back. Insert noise.
We're back.
We're back.
No,
I
I'm
just
leaving
had
that
to-
noise.
What?
I'm leaving that noise.
Okay,
Good idea.
fantastic. I liked it. It's a free noise. Don't have to pay for it either.
Correct.
So, as you may have heard earlier, I had to just make one shuffle. I only had to do one, which was Soil In by Carissa Moore. Turns out they're in the same heat first round.
Yeah, so you
so-
butchered it.
Absolute, complete kamikaze myself into that.
I love how seriously you're taking it too, because as soon as I told Zach that you could do it, his eyes lit up, because he knows that there's going to be a challenge for the loser.
Okay, you told me about it, but I was like, oh, Finley's a fucking nerd and he's so analytical. I couldn't be fucked to do this. And then I went to the Strati Assault and I was speaking to someone and they were older. They were like my dad's age, around 60. And they're like, yeah, we do it. I'm like, hang on a fucking minute. If this old geezer's doing it, I'm blowing it.
Yeah.
And this year, there is challenges and misfortunes for the loser out of you or I, who gets the least amount of points. So I'm taking it seriously. Had to press pause. We're back.
Yeah.
Okay. So as I said, only one change that I made on both men's and women's.
Yep.
And it was on the women's. So for me, my tier C is Steph and Carissa, like everyone else on planet Earth right now.
Yeah.
Tier B, Tia Zabrowski, like you. My tier B with her is Bella Kenworthy.
Okay.
Little pocket rocket could do well there if it's small, punchy, winky.
Yep.
Tier A, I went with majority of the world as well. Molly, Picklum, and Katie Simmons.
Who's power server?
I went Katie.
Okay.
For power surfer.
Sweet. Men.
Men. Let's go.
Tier C, Dane Henry, Luke Thompson.
Not bad.
Tier B, Joel Vaughan, Crosby Colapinto.
Mm.
Tier A, Ethan Ewing, Philippe Toledo.
Power surfer? There's no way you went Ethan.
Philippe.
Fucking hell. You are on the cough medicine, my friend.
I feel like I need some.
Yeah, you need something to make a better call than that. Now, I went TC Cal Rolbo.
Yes. Second place previously.
Correct. Not last event, though.
No, 2022.
Yep. Backed him up with Lob Dog. So Cal Rob paired up with Lob
Nice.
for TC.
Rhyming usually works as well when they rhyme.
Definitely. Now, there might be some friendly fire on that somewhat early.
You've elected for friendly fire?
It's not going to be that bad a friendly fire. It'll be in at least, I believe, quarters.
Yeah.
Which is
fair.
pretty good. I don't think you can do any better than semis, right?
The best you can do is pick. No, you can pick all 8 quarterfinalists. You can pick 6 of the 8 quarterfinalists.
Yep.
And then I guess from there, ideally you end up with 4 semi-finalists. But anyway,
I'm prepared to be a slow burner throughout the year.
Yep.
And come from the back. So maybe I'll just start off a bit fucked.
Yep.
Tier B, I went semi-poo.
Yep.
And Morgs.
Yep.
Tier A, Ethan and Griff. Power Surfer, EV charged is Ethan.
Yeah. See, my team could genuinely just explode on itself. It's at that point where I may have read too far into it. There's not people I'd normally pick. I've just looked at the draw and gone, these guys, their favourable matchups, their area of the heat draw is better too. So that's why I run with them. But in saying that, like, Joel Vaughan's not someone I'd normally pick for here. But I've gone with him and I'm just hoping he can get a big result.
Fair. And apologies if anyone was planning to put Joanne Defay in there because of our advice, even though we didn't give her a good rap. Apologies.
If you've thrown your mortgage on Joanne Defay this year to win the world title,
something else going on.
That's not our fault because we'd said specifically don't do that. And B, we can only take some of the blame there for actually presenting you with the wrong information. But if you've then chosen to bet on someone that's not surfing this year, if there is even a market for that, you'd hope
your bookie is robbing you if he's taking your cash.
This bookie has got, generally bookies aren't the most moral people, but this guy's got serious. He could be a psychopath. So, we won't take any blame for that. So, there we go. Fantasy first event of the year.
Let's
lock in.
Let's rip the lid off.
What's the punishment this time as well? Are we doing the board sprays?
Correct. So not loser, whoever has the least amount of points out of yourself and I will have to forfeit a surfboard in the hands of either or, you or myself.
Yep.
And we have no say whatsoever.
And it has to be one that you're riding consistently. It can't just be one.
Not one of these up in the... No one's really seen upstairs here what it looks like. There's quite a few surfboards up here. I can't just hand you one of those.
No, it's got to be hopefully a brand newie, but if not, obviously, look, times are tough.
It has to be within 6 weeks old.
Petrol prices are at an all-time high.
I don't even think we can afford a Posca pen.
No. There will be some very crappy spray paint used, I assume, which will make the spray even worse. But yeah, I've got a couple freshies coming, so I'm actually particularly nervous here because I've nothing I want to do less than come to your house with one of my boards and give it to you for an hour. And
what about... I thought about it. And I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too soon, but like, have a look up there. Is there any that you'd be like, that's fucked?
What do you mean?
Sprays. There's a couple old boards of mine.
Give you any ideas of what you can do to my surfboard?
All right, so I've got for anyone at home, I've got a surfboard up on the roof, which I would have been about. It's when Quicksilver first went to the black sticker after the red one, the red box. So that would have been. I was sponsored by Arnett as well, so that's a bit of a throwback. I wrote on a surfboard, a lot can happen between now and never. What would you feel like? And then I drew an infinity symbol under it. The figure 8 infinity symbol.
A quote's almost worse than a spray.
I think you're copping a quote, eh?
Oh.
I think you're copping a quote.
Do you know what I wrote on one of my boards one time?
Yep. No, sorry, go ahead.
It's horrific.
Is it worse than a lot can happen between now and never?
Yeah. I wrote on my surfboard, probably 14 years old, maybe 15.
Fuck, I'm actually a little scared.
Very few life experiences at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Never been in any form of conflict of any type. I wrote an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind on my surfboard.
Finley, I did the same thing.
Did you?
I fucking swear to God.
Good, all right. It's not just me.
Oh, my God.
That's really bad.
Yeah, and I had another one. I think I actually had a whale And it was just, that's the same board. An eye for an eye makes the world blind.
Yeah, that was wow, grim times.
Yep. So maybe one of those will resurface.
Okay. But it'll be a video coming out within the next. If I lose, it'll be a little bit longer because my boards are probably a couple of weeks away. If Zach loses, it'll be quicker because he's got it on hand.
I've got a board there ready that's only been surfed 6 times.
Yeah, it's got to be on the top too. Can't be on the bottom.
I don't think you get a choice.
Yeah, but the top's worse.
Oh, arguably the same.
I'm just thinking more of like, I don't want to, like, I hate having, if you're going to spray paint the bottom of my surfboard, obviously quite is not too bad, but if you're going to spray paint the bottom of my surfboard, I don't want like thick, like,
yeah, that rough feeling.
I don't want to ruin the actual
that's pretty shit.
feeling of the board. So,
all right, listener cues, huh?
Let's get into some listener questions.
Thank you to everyone who writes in every week, and apologies if we don't get to all of them, but keep doing it.
Yeah,
we'll
get
do
them
see them all.
So Shannon Harris, it's a shame Dane can't be picked in fantasy. He can't be picked still to me, but I'm just gonna put him in when he's gonna become available at some point. So just stay tuned.
Why is that?
Just
he's already been given the wild card.
Yeah, well, they probably could have done it. They're probably just waiting for the other wild card to get it decided.
Probably waiting for his photo.
Yeah, maybe.
Mm.
Jet Blumeris, will you boys be at the event? Love the pod, lads. Sadly not.
No, we'll be there in spirit.
Yeah.
I was going as part of my role at Billabong, but to be truthful, Bowie, if you listen to this, sorry, I was like, maybe I'll just hang out a little longer.
Yeah.
And go down to Bells.
Yeah.
I've still got the Airbnb. I can turn up. It's on my Airbnb. I'm not the only one who was staying there.
Yeah.
A few people from the office were going, but it's currently still on there. So
I'm sure they'd pull out a lounge bed for you if you went down.
Maybe, yep. So yeah.
Christian Floyd, reckon we can have a Bells rule, no airs, just power hacks. Christian, I'd usually love that rule, but if we end up with a forecast that we've got for this event, you'd hope there's some airs because it's going to make.
You don't want to say no airs because remember when Kelly Slater did a fucking helicopter?
True.
First ever helicopter landed in competition.
John, well, first, like probably the best at that point.
Right. No, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. John had a huge oop as well. That comes to mind. Patrick O'Leary, it said no kook has ever won Bells, but who's the closest to being one?
Someone's not going to like this answer. I'm not sure. I don't have a very good memory.
None of these surfers on tour, like, me and Zach can't sit here from our lounge chairs and call people kooks that are doing it. I'd say the least likely winner of all time, you'd have to throw, and again, no kook calls.
Just rip the lid off.
This is just like...
Rip it. Band-Aid rip. Go.
This is the person I think probably wouldn't have won one.
Rip the Band-Aid.
If you'd...
Who is it?
Thought... I think Matt Wilco was a surprise.
Oh, that's fucked, Finley.
I think Matty Wilco was a surprise. I think he surprised himself.
That's so fucked.
And I think if you go on the ladies' side...
That was after he won Snapper too. Got second...
Back to back.
Yeah, you got back to back. Owen Wright
maybe
got
second there the year after or something as well.
It was when Owen first event back after the traumatic head injury.
When he stopped wearing rollerblades to the comps and he's locked in and Micro was in his corner and they were working magic.
Yeah, but, you know what? There was GST around Matty Wilco that whole era. Not era, so that year, that run. I remember watching that final with him and Owen. And it was pretty GST.
Oh, you mean score-wise?
Yeah.
Who for?
Matt.
Oh, right. Okay.
Love you, Wilco, but just that.
But he lost that final.
No, Bells.
Oh, the final at Bells wasn't with Owen.
No, that was Snapper. He won back-to-back, right?
But he won at Snapper.
And he was looking... He's actually the most hopeful World Tour person, world champion at the Aussie leg to not win. No, I remember he smashed the Aussie leg and then digressed to nothing.
Yeah. No, Owen won Snapper final against Wilco.
Oh, that's right. He did win.
Wilco beat someone else.
That's what I mean. Sorry. Wilco, I didn't even... I think he had a few heats where I was like, oh, God, how did he even get in the final?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they went... I'm gonna find this out for sure.
But one thing I did like is two goofy footers going fucking back-to-back. Just... teeing off.
Yeah, Owen Wright, because it was the big comeback, like back
huge
injury.
comeback story.
What was it, head injury, whatever it was. It was
when he got flogged at pipe.
Yeah, and came back and won. It was like the greatest comeback of all time at that point.
Correct.
Anyway, we've gotten sucked into a black hole there. Not a Kirk Wilco, but probably my least likely pick to win out of a lot of these champions. On the ladies' side, probably just run Sofia Milanovic. Probably a little bit more critical of her winning, but still. Next question.
Yes, we got a shout out this morning.
We got a shout out. A podcast that I hold very, very close to my chest.
You would have had a raging, throbbing boner this morning.
Mate, I reckon
I'm not
listened.
just talking about the morning Woody Harrelson. I'm talking about an additional Woody Harrelson.
I'm not going to say I've been there since day one. I'm not one of the day oneers on their pod, but I reckon I've been there for, God, I reckon I've been there for 70% of it, 80% of it.
How long's that?
Well, they're on episode 800 and something, I think.
Couple of weeks, so that's about 5 years, 6 years.
They've been going, well, I think they've just hit their 10-year mark.
Okay, yeah. My math's incredibly good, as you can tell.
But we've always not based ourselves off these guys, but
draw inspiration.
Well, because their big thing is like they had 30 listeners on their podcast for like however long, and they just kept chipping away, and they eventually got there. And
so that were the battles.
Yeah, it's been our motivation. We've actually done pretty good for listeners this early on, but we've always looked at those guys. They're on episode 857, Hello Sport podcast, that is. I don't even think I mentioned them yet. I listen to them, literally gets me through my weeks, and hopefully...
Do I not get you through your week?
Well, yeah, but these guys are pretty good, and hopefully we now do that for some people also.
Yes.
Yeah, it was cool to wake up to not a shout out. It kind of wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, he said shout out to the Largo boys.
They weren't like...
His words were shout out to the Largo boys.
Yeah, it wasn't like just out of the blue though. Like it's because we posted that video, that Israel video, which nearly caused another world war. But anyway,
we went on the dark side of the web for a little bit, but we're back.
That was the video, and it's pretty weird hearing my voice on their podcast.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty strange.
Good on you.
Find
that one.
Oh, it was a very nice thing to wake up to this morning. So thank you, lads. We sent them a DM and said and thanked them very much for the shout out. So that was exciting.
This next question's for you because it involves percentages. So I instantly tapped out. What's the percentage split between a goofy versus regular winning the event? Do you have that?
I didn't go all the way back. I just went to 2000 because I feel like that's most relevant.
Didn't go all the way back, but I went back 26 years. Yep, that'll do.
So I've looked this up.
It's the longest consecutively run event too.
So 24 events in that time because they missed
9/11. No, that would have been the end of the year.
No, they missed 2 events with COVID.
Mm.
So 24 events, 21 natural foot winners.
Holy fuck.
3 goofy foot. So it's an
Let me guess. Is Oki?
No.
Oh, that would have been before 2000.
Yeah, he was 99.
99 worked
maybe.
Out. So yeah, he could have still been 2000.
But
Lou, I almost said Luke Egan. Holy fuck. It's not Luke Egan. Matt Wilco?
Yeah.
Medina?
No.
Idolo?
Yeah.
And Cole Hauschman.
Correct.
Aha.
3 of them. 87.5% to 12.5% split there.
So Shannon Maggie, I have no hope. I have no hope.
Shannon, a fellow goof as well. So
Yeah.
Sorry to let the mood down there.
A very good goof. One of the best styles kicking round 2, Smacky.
Yeah. No, Oki won it in 98. Shane Dorian was 99. But yeah, we've had
98,
multiple,
great year.
a lot of multiple winners in there. Kelly Slater and Mick Fanning have a handful each. How many's a handful? 5?
A handful.
They don't have 5, but
That size of your nutsack. Bit of a handful. Can you help me
They
with
got
Chris Cote's question here?
Yep.
When surfers shred in the freezer, quotations, practice sessions, does that adequate to big... No, I understand it now.
I think he's calling there the freezer sessions.
Okay, yes, yep. I genuinely thought like ice bath or something.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure. Yeah, I think there has to be a little bit of that.
I'm the opposite. Whenever I have a good free surf before a comp, I lose terribly. I don't know. I feel like it can be a confidence thing and you think you're ripping, but then also if you get into a heat and you've had a really good couple of weeks of free surfing or a week leading up free surfing and then a few things don't go your way early, it can very quickly collapse around you.
Yeah, I think this event especially after 7 months off, I think it's 7 months. whatever. It's almost like when they unveil the F1 cars at the start of the year. Yeah. Everyone kind of looks at this first couple of free surfs before the event at Bells to see where everyone's at.
Yeah.
So if you are in that region down there, I highly recommend going down and having a look in the flesh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think in this particular event, you get to see who's been doing what in the preseason, whether you've been slacking off or whether you've been training hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting to see. I'm a believer, Chris. Yes.
Josh Godward, is Ethan Ewing finally going to go on a tear at Bells, hoping for a JJF-like performance?
I've already said it before on the pod. This is Ethan Ewing's year. He's love struck, which can be incredibly good.
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to go pretty gnarly.
I mean, he's been on a tear. I can't really say he hasn't been on a tear. He's done this event 4 times. He's never not made the quarterfinals. He's won the event once. He, statistically speaking, in the last 5 years, he's the second best surfer out there behind Philippe. I'd say he's been on a tear, but I think he does have extra levels he can go to.
I don't think it is. I think it's a head strategy game.
Yeah. I also don't think, though, that this forecast is going to be one that's going to allow him to exceed expectations. I think he'll surf well. I just don't think he's going to be mind-blowing.
Well, he beat Connor at pretty small winky last year.
No, that was bowl. And he went ham-sanger on that one, remember? When he did the 3-tone combo and pulled off out the back.
Oh, that was when Connor was versus Marco Migno at winky.
Yeah. No, that Ethan went Whitney last year.
That's the one that, Ethan sent Connor packing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Darcy Crump, where is one wave that's never been on tour you would replace the pool comp with?
One wave that's never been on tour. Pavones.
It's got to be Greenbush or something, right?
Oh, yeah, Macca's.
I'm not Greenbush, Macca's. It's got to be Macca's.
Greenbush, great answer, though.
Nah, I'd rather see Macca's because at least he got everything. Greenbush
is
is
the most fucking high-performance wave on planet Earth, in my opinion.
Greenbush?
Great pace, barrel. Yeah, you get barrel, you do turns, you do airs, and you can do all of them on the one wave.
Goofy foot, natural foot, doesn't matter. They both
There's been
perform there.
Free surfer part after free surfer part coming out of that zone since there was 2 big dead trees on the pre-tsunami.
Yeah. Look, Brew, interview Luke Thompson. We actually have.
We have.
Don't know what episode number.
It would have been about 20 ago, off the top of my cranium.
Yeah, so go back through the archives and check that one out. It's a really good chat.
Great chat. He opens up about mental health and his heats with Geordie Smith.
Yeah.
He talks about the worst heat in living history, where he took off before the hooter, got sent in by a shark, snapped his board, all in the 20-minute heat.
I still think mine at Burley was worse, but that's all good. I'm not saying we won't interview him again, though. We hope to eventually get him back on at some point.
Oh, we said. We finished that interview by saying we'll get you back on when you make the tour.
True. There you go.
Fuck yeah, lads.
We'll have to do it.
We'll actually give him a tingle.
Archie Harrow, how's Dane going to go? I think he's going to go quite well given the forecast, but we'll have to come up against Griffin early. So that's going to be his biggest challenge. If he can get through that heat, I think it'll set him into a really good rhythm for this event.
Mm-hmm.
Live heats. Drag a pro forecaster in to help me find some joy in that forecast window. Yeah.
Repeat it.
Basically saying the forecast sucks.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Nicholas Dorman. Would it be cool if everyone was given a performance 20 just for this event?
I know Josh Kerr would like that.
Yeah. Shame he's not in the event.
No, he's not. And he was the one who tried to qualify for this event on a 20.
If Kelly was still going, he probably would run a 20 or something.
Oh, it'd be a quad for sure.
Yeah, I'm such a performance shorty guy.
There's a reason why. They're all riding pretty well the same file across the whole tour.
Tell you what I would like them to bring back, though.
What?
They used to do a tag team event at Bells, maybe across the whole tour stop, every tour stop. But I remember specifically at Bells, they had one. I was watching some old footage the other day, and it was like Australia had a tag team, America, Brazil, and there was like a rookie tag team. All the countries had like a couple of surfers, and they'd go out, and it was like an air comp essentially, but not like just an event within the event, and they'd go and do a tag team. I reckon that'd be so sick if they brought that back.
That's pretty cool.
Next question. Cyrus Barnes. Do you know who this is?
I'm understanding, yes. It is potentially a fake account, right?
I don't know. He's very prevalent on Instagram though. He definitely gets around the comment sections. He's left. I'm not even going to ask that question.
Why?
What's your go-to goon site now?
Yes. I think I don't even know what goon site is, but now that he said now, with some recent changes with legislation, we have a 90% male population. So say no more. I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking it too. And I reckon you can fill that void by signing up to the Largo podcast.
Yeah.
It's almost the same.
There's some...
Look at our story right now on Instagram. I've got no pants on.
Yes, there's also some playlists on YouTube that feature feet of ours, which if you're into that kind of stuff, and
yep,
it could be an option.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to I wonder what everyone's like. Surely someone at the government is seeing the metrics behind that change and going, holy shit, like Australian internet usage has dropped 25% since X date.
You know what I think? I think there's been a noted increase in VPN usage.
Oh yeah.
I think
Surfshark's loving it.
Yeah.
Sponsor us, please.
I think there's been some they've
no better time. They've just had an Aussie influx of people buying the absolute premium version.
Yeah, their profit margins are going
because I don't think anyone has the balls to sign up through and prove that you're 18 for those particular things.
Yeah.
Yep. Any hoozle. Like I said, if you don't want to sign up to those things, we'll just follow us. We'll try and fill that void for you.
Yep. Ben Curdy is Bells. No, sorry. He's got two. Who was the most dominant / convincing Bells win in history? Jesus.
Again, I'm not that good at history when it comes to surfing.
I can't go back too far because I'm not that well versed in anything before the early 2000s really. But I seem to remember a Geordie win that was quite convincing. Believe he had...
The Fanning one was pretty sick.
I think Geordie went nuts one year. He got his final... His heat title in the final was like 19 points. Mick and Joel have both had really convincing years.
I remember one that Fanning... I think he got it in really good waves.
Yeah.
And I just remember him doing about Mach 2, going so quick.
Yeah. I'm just looking at Geordie's results from that year because he had an 18.93 or something final total.
Big avatar.
18.9, 15.63 in the semis, 16.77 in the quarters. It's already looking very good. What's round 4? 15.3. It's got to be up there. But I'm sure Mick and Joel both had really good ones too earlier on. Next question was also from Ben Curdy. Is Bells the best event for spectators, or is Raglan going to usurp Bells?
Bells is a really good event for spectating. What they do there on the event footprint site is pretty remarkable. I have heard whispers that they are trying to reduce that because it is on Indigenous land and they don't want it to just be taking over and squashing little bushes and whatnot there, here, there, everywhere. So there is talk of that becoming smaller. And I think, truthfully, I think we're going to see that across all the events and you're going to get more virtual experiences.
Yeah.
But that, and I think Snapper's the kingpin of where you can watch live, in my opinion. Like, you can walk all the way out to the rock and yell at Kelly Slater and tell him to go left. Like
Snapper's really good.
Did, so.
Especially sometimes when there's heaps of sand there as well.
Yeah.
You can dead set be... I remember one year, like, standing on the high tide, it would wash up, and then it'd suck out on low tide, and the sand was that high that it'd pretty well just go dry all the way out to nearly where they were surfing.
Yeah, you could throw a tennis ball out.
You seriously could hit him with a rock, like, easily. That'd be up there for me.
Worst one would be the box.
Yeah, you get your binoculars out. Fletchy, is WSL the worst app you'll never delete? Probably. I'll never delete it. I'd love some better functionality of it. It's
Yeah.
really hard to use at times.
Yeah. They've definitely gone for a new look and feel this year.
The app looks good. It's just sometimes a bit hard to use because
There's a few bugs.
well, I usually go back and it's so annoying. Like when I go and make chop these clips up for Instagram, and like it'll make you watch 3 ads to begin with. So you watch the 3 ads, and then if you like, sometimes when I'm going to screen record, I like swipe down off it, and then I've got to restart again, watch another 3 ads. It just becomes such a shocker. So love a few less ads on there. That'd be good. Tommy Illingworth, picks in regard to forecast. We've kind of done that, and thoughts on Bells being run at Winky for the whole comp.
I'm all for it.
I mean, like if the waves are going to be better, then you've kind of got to, right? The best spectacle for the viewers.
They do hate it, but yeah, and hopefully it's not like last year where they used every day of the waiting period. Every single one. I was there for fucking 10 days, 11 days last year.
Yeah, they just kept going on and on.
Played a lot of golf.
Yeah.
Which was also good. But yeah, I've got a sneaky feeling they're probably going to get straight into it. There's no real reason to wait around.
Mm-hmm.
And also big push internally to run it over Easter long weekend. Yeah. Because no doubt sponsors are probably promised some pretty big attendance.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of food vendors and things there, so bigger bang for buck.
Just back to that question of the most dominant winner. There's an asterisk, he didn't win. But the same year that Geordie won, John Florence, so lost in the semi-finals with a 17.43 heat total. If he makes that, you imagine he goes on to win. K.O. Abelli, of all people, beat him. 17.63, probably the best heat of his life. Quarterfinals, though, 16.7. This is like a Margie's type run. Round 4. Where is he? Where have you gone, John? 19.54. Like, just stupid numbers. If he won, you'd have to say he was the most dominant, but didn't get it done.
He went turbo too quick.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to tap out.
Time for bed.
Our voice boxes need a reset.
Mm.
There won't be a live pod, not that they're live, but like this is probably, we'll see in 2 weeks' time, will be our next one, but we will have a podcast for you that you haven't heard yet. Recorded only this week. It's not centuries ago.
Yep.
That we're going to play, and we're very excited about it because it was very insightful in all manner of different ways.
He's a full stoic. He's the surfing stoic.
I said this to you after the pod. I was like, because we just sat down, he went looking for waves, didn't find waves, came here, was keen to go up to Kirra and go and surf in the afternoon. So we were like, let's just get in and out of here, like just get him done, because I don't want to hold him up for any longer. He's been really kind of his time. And generally, like when we do pods and stuff, we'll have enough content there so that if whoever's we're talking to, they may not have much to say on a subject, and we're able to then fall back on something and be like, what about this? You know?
There's been a couple where you got to kind of like pull them along.
Yeah. This one, I was like, we asked him the first question and he just went. And I was like, this is going to be so easy. I was like, this is going to be the best.
So good with words. Did you notice he goes, and to answer your question?
Yeah, he'd actually come back, because I oftentimes will do this. I'll like go off on a tangent and then I don't even know if I answer the question. I just
you forget the question.
Yeah.
And you're talking about Cybertrucks and you're asked, did you get any waves this morning? You go, oh God, how did I get here? He would always redirect it at the very end and be like, well, to answer your question for me. And I was just like, oh my God.
Amazing. And Cal, he's a he's a big thinker, which is what I gathered from our chat with him. Like,
I reckon there's a book coming.
It's got to be.
He feels like he's writing a book. I got that energy.
He's got like diaries full, and he talks a lot about. We gave him the opportunity to talk a lot about his Project 6 and Project 7, that is things that he's running at the moment, and he's got so much insight for Groms and people that are trying to improve their surfing. So for anyone looking to do that, or any Grommies out there, like go and check
for
it
any
out.
dads that have Grommies, maybe whack it on.
Yeah, 100%.
Swearing was minimal, so
yes, for sure. And just go and check out his sites, because he's going to kill it in that game. Like, to have access, for Grommies to have access to a current CT surfer or someone that's been there recently, it's just invaluable, and it's basically cutting out all the crap that he learnt, and he's trying to go, hey, like I did this, it didn't work, don't do that. Do this, this is much better. So
I agree.
Get keen for that one, because it was a really great chat. But in saying that, we'll leave you there.
Yep.
We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Well, yeah, we might increase the frequency. We don't know yet.
For sure.
We'll see. If something comes up, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, it might not be every week, but if something happens, we'll jump on it.
Sounds good.
Beautiful. All right.
Ciao.
Ciao, Bella.